Today marks a significant moment as President Trump prepares to speak to world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly in New York City. His address is scheduled for 9:50 a.m. on Tuesday, and he will be joined by numerous other global leaders, including both allies and adversaries, such as the President of Iran. In his remarks, Trump has indicated that he will discuss both the positive and negative developments occurring worldwide. This comes in the context of ongoing crises, including Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which he has been actively trying to resolve, and the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip, which he has described as a disaster. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt has stated that the president will also take the opportunity to highlight his administration's achievements, particularly the ceasefire agreements that his team has facilitated. Adding to the complexity of this year's assembly, several U.S. allies, including the United Kingdom, Canada, and France, are poised to formally recognize a Palestinian state, a move that has drawn criticism from both the U.S. and Israel. It remains uncertain whether Trump will address this contentious issue during his speech. While in New York, Trump is also expected to engage in discussions with leaders from Ukraine, Argentina, and the European Union, among others, as he seeks to navigate these intricate international relationships. In a related development, Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressed his views on the push for Palestinian state recognition during an appearance on CBS Mornings. He dismissed the initiative as irrelevant while the conflict persists, suggesting that it serves more as a vanity project for certain leaders, rather than a genuine effort to achieve peace. Rubio emphasized that this recognition effort complicates negotiations with Hamas, making it harder to secure concessions that could lead to an end to the violence. He pointed out that there is currently a unique opportunity to resolve the situation in Gaza, asserting that Trump is the only leader capable of brokering a peace agreement. Every country in the region, and indeed many around the world, are urging the president to take action on this issue, Rubio stated. He mentioned that a significant meeting is planned with various Muslim nations, including Gulf states, aimed at making one last attempt to end the conflict, secure the release of hostages, and ensure humanitarian aid reaches those in need without empowering Hamas. As Trump prepares to deliver his speech, it is important to note that his administration has distanced itself from several UN agencies, including the Human Rights Council and the World Health Organization. This withdrawal reflects a broader critique of the UN's stance on Israel and its global influence, as the US has reduced its financial contributions to the organization. The ongoing war in Ukraine remains a pressing issue, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky attending the assembly to rally support from European allies and the Trump administration. Trump has expressed frustration over the unresolved conflict, having previously claimed he could settle it swiftly due to his relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin. In a separate but alarming development, the U.S. Secret Service has disrupted a telecommunications network in the New York area that posed a potential threat during the UN meetings. This operation led to the seizure of over 100,000 SIM cards capable of facilitating anonymous communication, which could have severely impacted emergency services in the city. As the assembly unfolds, the focus will likely be on the Israel-Hamas conflict and the recognition of a Palestinian state. Recently, the UN General Assembly passed a non-binding resolution advocating for a phased resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the establishment of a Palestinian state. In response, several countries, including the UK, Australia, and Canada, have formally recognized Palestine, a move that the Trump administration has criticized as insufficiently action-oriented. French President Emmanuel Macron has been vocal about his support for recognizing a Palestinian state, arguing that it could help diminish Hamas's influence. This perspective has sparked debate, with U.S. Secretary of State Rubio labeling the recognition as reckless. Additionally, the Emir of Qatar is scheduled to speak at the assembly following Israel's recent military actions against Hamas leaders in Doha. which have drawn condemnation from Qatar and criticism from Trump. This week's assembly also marks the first public appearance for Mike Waltz, who was confirmed as the U.S. ambassador to the UN just last week. The U.S. has been without a confirmed ambassador since the beginning of Trump's second term, following a series of nomination changes. The UN General Assembly serves as the primary deliberative body of the United Nations, where representatives from all member states convene to discuss and vote on pressing global issues, ranging from climate change to human rights. This year's sessions are particularly significant as they commemorate the 80th anniversary of the UN's founding, with the theme, Better Together, 80 years and more for peace, development, and human rights. As we anticipate Trump's address, what are your thoughts on the recognition of a Palestinian state? Do you believe it will contribute to peace, or do you think it complicates the situation further? Share your opinions in the comments.